I did nothing wrong. You see the mountains of support I am getting? That's because I am the victim. That is so true, queen. The fucking queen of victimhood. I tried to kill myself 3 times. No, that's horrible. No, that's horrible. This person is fucking crazy. I hate her so much, dude. Wait, did I get blocked live? We're still on her page. We're still on her page. Yeah, I did. Look, she went private.
Oh.
I'm still on your fucking page. I got a whole folder of screenshots to archive all this shit, just in case she went private. Like, this is the most absurd allegation and response from the community that I've ever seen in my life. It is the most unhinged and just the most, like, sickening thing that I've ever had to witness. You would think that maybe people would have a little bit more skepticism, like a healthy level of skepticism when it comes to looking at allegations and treating them as allegations. And it's really hard to pin down exactly why people jump to conclusions. I have a theory that in the Minecraft community, a lot of these people are kids. Like, I think a lot of these people are like 15 years old, and they can't possibly imagine why someone would lie about something like this. So they give these people the benefit of the doubt. There's also this sentiment of like, well, if it turns out that she's lying, then the worst case scenario is I supported a liar. But if I doubt her and she's telling the truth, then I doubted a victim. But the reality is, both of those things are bad outcomes. You should treat every single allegation as an allegation, the same way the legal system does. Because you don't know anything until you have evidence. And you should treat it like that. It doesn't matter how much you like the person involved or dislike them. You should always treat these things objectively. Stellae, for some background, is sort of an orbiter of the Minecraft speedrunning community. She's sort of friendly with all of the top speedrunners, and even to the point where she's hung out with these people in real life, like a bunch of times. She's technically not in HBG, which is like the biggest speedrunner group, but she might as well be because she's always finding her way into these events where they're hanging out. But anyways, here were the original allegations from October 21st, 2023. I want to get some stuff off my chest, since a lot of people know bits and pieces about my situation. I'm in Las Vegas for TwitchCon. On my second day in the country, I was sexually assaulted and taken advantage of whilst I was drunk. Upon revealing this, it came to my attention that this individual has taken advantage of me on numerous occasions in the past. This was a person of trust. I do not wish to say who, as I am still processing this traumatic experience, and I am simply not comfortable sharing. I was staying with this person, and as a result of this traumatic experience, I had to leave the hotel and find help elsewhere. As a result of this traumatic experience, I abused alcohol due to personal problems, and I became very manic. I have borderline personality disorder, and I lost a lot of control and have been having a bad episode as a response to the trauma. Caused a lot of trouble and hurt a lot of people. I am deeply apologetic and embarrassed at my actions, and there are no excuses for those. I will not elaborate. You won't elaborate. Interesting. Due to this experience, 3 of my friends who were planning to visit from around the country are no longer flying to the state and will not be able to stay with me since we were sharing a location with the abuser. I hurt some people irreparably on this holiday as a result of my actions and said things I cannot unsay. I apologize for anyone who has interacted with me the last few days and been uncomfortable with my presence. I currently have nowhere to stay for the last few days in Vegas unless I stay with my abuser or impose on locals I don't know well. So I'm very afraid and anxious. I'm struggling with indescribable amounts of pain, betrayal, and heartbreak from the sexual assault. I am so devastated that my best friends are no longer visiting me here, and I cannot see them after months of waiting. I am disgusted and devastated at the damage and pain I have caused some people and friends as a result of this. I don't have a stable person of support anymore in the country, and I'm struggling very heavily. I have tried my best to have a great time, but it's very difficult, and stability isn't something I have the privilege of having right now. I am really struggling, and I have a lot of uncertainties at the moment. It's been very hard, and I also want to apologize for those who have been stuck in a position where I've been crying and they were uncomfortable. I am going through so much, and I am really sorry. I don't want to ruin anyone's holiday just because mine has been ruined. I am so sorry. Trying to comprehend trauma and then the damage I have done, as well as struggling with places to stay, has just been near impossible. The pain I feel is so immense. I know I do not have the right to ask for patience and understanding because the damage I have done is done. But if anyone is willing to spare it, I am so grateful. I am genuinely terrified and just want to let people know why I am the way I am at present. Thank you. So, guys, what stands out about this statement to you? I feel like so much of this is her talking about how unhinged she's been in the last few days. Something interesting to me also that sticks out is how she talks about how she starts abusing alcohol for these personal problems that were allegedly caused by this assault. But as we'll see in a minute here, it seems like this was happening before this took place as well. But yeah, the fact that she's talking about like, I am so sorry for hurting everyone around me, it just sounds like she's been a complete nightmare. She's like self-admitting, like, I've been completely unhinged and crazy, and this literally made me manic. So what? Oh, and by the way, so she says that she doesn't want to name the person, and then literally like less than 24 hours later, she names them. So Stellae reveals that this was Illumina after she says, I'm not going to reveal who it is. And obviously, this gets a ton of traction. People were speculating on it, wondering, oh, who could this be? People were guessing. And Stellae claims that she posted this like on accident in like a manic panic. And but obviously, she wanted everyone to know that Illumina's a rapist. I mean, that's the real reason. So essentially, what the allegations boil down to is Stellae is claiming that she was more drunk than Illumina. Therefore, when they had sex, Illumina was actually raping her. So for some additional context, Illumina had bought Stellae a ticket to go to TwitchCon because she was begging him she really wanted to go to Vegas. She's from the UK. So I think he gave her like £1,000 so she could buy a plane ticket there and back. The living arrangements were they planned on staying together and they planned on staying in the same bed. Illumina asked her if she wanted a separate bed. He offered that to her and she said, no, I'm fine staying on the same bed. So they had a history. They had an ongoing sexual relationship for like 3 years. They hooked up like at least 5 times, I want to say. So this territory for them was nothing new. Anyways, so on the day that Illumina arrives, he goes to the bar with Stellae to meet up with their friends, and they are all drinking together. So they go, they're drinking, they're having a good time. They leave the bar, Illumina and Stellae leave the bar together, and they go home and they have sex. Now, in the middle of the night, Stellae leaves his house in a panic. She goes around to all her friends saying she needs help, she's been raped. So she goes around telling everyone that Illumina raped her. And again, to reiterate, she claims that what made it rape was the fact that she was more drunk than him. She even downplays the level of drunk, like she downplays how drunk he was by saying, oh, he might not have even been drunk at all. But when you consider that they just went to a bar drinking with friends, I find that kind of hard to believe, especially because Illumina insists that he was drunk as well. He said the claims of him being less drunk than her were untrue. So Illumina gives 2 responses. So this is his first response. We're going to read this out. Regarding Stellae's tweet, first, a backstory. So because she made this whole thing public immediately, he feels pressured to respond and address it while he's at TwitchCon. Because obviously this takes place in the middle of his TwitchCon trip. So of course he's going to feel forced to address it, because all of these people that he plans to hang out with and interact with are now going to see him as a rapist if he doesn't address this. So this is what he posts when he feels pressure to respond to it. Stellae and I had been friends since early 2020 and even dated for a short while during the same year. If any of you know both me and Stellae, I'm sure you would agree that our relationship has been very rocky at times and also quite complicated. I think in retrospect, it would have been best for our relationship to end in 2020, as it becomes clear in the following years we have negatively affected both of our mental health. We had remained as friends all the way up to this trip and have met and stayed together 5 different times in real life, by my count, since 2021. Both of us have been living across continents the entire time. So Illumina's from Canada, I believe, and she's from the UK. What's up, Mongolian? Stellae has BPD and has dealt with pretty bad alcohol problems in the past before we met, as I understand. At Twitch conventions, she has gotten very drunk. Some have seen it at TwitchCon Vegas or TwitchCon Paris. I do not want to get into I don't want to get deep into what she said or did drunk on this trip, but it's important to note that my friends could attest to the way she becomes unhinged when she is drunk. However, it's for the best that my friends shouldn't be involved at all. Stellae has caused things on this trip to escalate much further than they should have. I'm taking these accusations very seriously, and I believe it's in my best interest to seek legal advice before speaking further about specifics. This is the last thing I wanted to do, but I believe it's necessary, and this process will take time, so I hope you can all understand. I cannot say whether it was because of her personality disorder or not. She has been exaggerating stories many times. I have felt quite uncomfortable and terrified because of the length she has gone through to make me look as bad as possible to others. I know I'm not the only one with such experiences with Stellae. That's a little bit of foreshadowing there. However, I will say things I need to apologize for. I know for a fact I've said things to her I shouldn't have said, and I deeply regret. The same is true from the other side. There are many things we both said that could be used against both of us. There are countless DMs over the course of years that would take a very lengthy time to go through. For that reason, I will not be posting or responding to any leaked DMs until I've gotten in contact with a lawyer. Like I said, this will take time, so I really hope this will be understandable to most. However, I will admit the fact that I've been out of line multiple times and would like to deeply apologize to her and anyone else who has been indirectly harmed from what I've said. So this is him apologizing for making her feel bad in the relationship. He says that he was an asshole at times, basically. That's what he's saying here. And as you'll see in a minute here, a lot of these viewers on Twitter and people who are analyzing this situation see this as an admission of guilt. They take this to be him admitting that he's a rapist. I also feel a sense of responsibility to have allowed her to get as drunk as she has, even if I was never explicitly told by her or anyone else to stop her from drinking. I knew she had alcohol problems. She's told me about her past history with it. I've seen it myself plenty of times now. Many things could have been prevented without alcohol in this equation. For this, I would like to apologize for not being more responsible in this regard. There's a lot more things I could potentially say, elaborate, and so on. I'll keep it at that for now. However, I'm not opposed to making further statements later on. I would just like to let everyone know I will be taking the situation with as much caution as I possibly can. I kindly ask everyone reading this to please be respectful to Stellae. I will say I do not like that I'm posting this on Twitter, as I do not enjoy the mob mentality that will inevitably happen towards both me and Stellae. I've talked to her very little since her tweets, but I get the sense that she thinks the same way. No, she doesn't. She doesn't give a fuck about mob mentality. She fucking weaponizes it. I potentially plan on deleting this tweet when it gets to absolutely everyone who needs to see it. I know I can't prevent everything, but this is my attempt at mitigating things from escalating further. Last thing I want to mention is I will be taking a break from content creation until hopefully the best resolution possible has occurred for both of us. So, what do you guys think of this response? I would say, reading this, that this is a perfectly reasonable response. I think that this is totally fine. People were completely outraged at this first response from Illumina. They were basically gaslighting him into thinking that this was like an abusive, horrible thing to say, that he somehow was so insensitive and so bad. But this fucking response comes across as so reasonable to me. This is like, I honestly commend him for being able to be this level-headed while this was happening to him. And for him to even have the calm-headedness to say, I hope everyone, I kindly ask everyone to please be respectful to Stellae. Do you know how hard it is to say something like that when you're being like accused of something? I feel like this would make a lot of people lash out. It feels like this response is incredibly well thought out. It addresses a few possible explanations for some of her behaviors, and it addresses the fact that there might be more to this story than people think from her allegations, and that he's working on a better, well thought out response to address the specific allegations, and that he's going to a lawyer. Perfect. That's totally fine. This is a totally fine response. But people gave him a ton of shit for this. As a response to Illumina's first statement, she's claiming that she has evidence. She's going to compile the evidence together in a huge document with all the witnesses and everything, and put it together in a huge evidence thing for Twitter. She talks about how it goes back to TwitchCon Paris as well. Then the next day she says, due to legal actions, I'm unable to post any concrete evidence publicly about the assault since it may be disregarded in court. This is extremely terrifying, and I feel suffocated in that I can't prove that I was assaulted as of present. Thank you so much to those who believe me. So this pretty much implies that she has evidence, even concrete evidence. She's saying, I have evidence, and you guys have to trust me for now, but I will post it eventually, right? So a lot of people were just initially being like, okay, well, you know, you're going to post the evidence eventually. She seems pretty confident. And they just started believing her based off of this, based off of these statements. There's one point. Oh, yeah, this is pretty funny. She says, I will get together a huge evidence thing and all the witnesses and a huge proof thing when I can. Please be patient. I promise I am not lying about anything. That's a pretty good promise. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to take her word for it? She promises that she's not lying. That's, you know, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. Now, these two tweets both get deleted by Stellae. So both the references to her having evidence of something are now gone. So this is, in my opinion, a way of covering up the fact that she ever claimed to have evidence. She basically bluffed about having evidence. She never had evidence to begin with. And the reason that she claimed she did was because she wants people to believe her story. She wants to strengthen her story and her allegations to make it sound like it definitely 100% happened for real. Guys, trust me. I promise I wouldn't lie about this, guys. I'm getting evidence together. So the fact that she deletes this is very sus. So Illumina gives a second response in video form. And we're not going to watch this whole thing. It's pretty boring. It's pretty long, too. It's like 20 minutes. He addresses a few things. He still denies that he sexually assaulted her. He talks about the situation from his point of view. This is where we learn that, yes, he was drunk as well. So they were both drinking together. So now we have a discrepancy. We have him claiming that he was drunk and Stellae claiming that he was not drunk or not drunk enough to the point where he was a rapist. He also brings up a new detail that we haven't seen that happened behind the scenes, which is the fact that Stellae has been accusing him of grooming his young fans with zero evidence whatsoever. This is a complete schizophrenic delusion that she made up in her head, which is never proven. She never links to anything. I believe he even asks her to elaborate on this, and she refuses. So this calls into question her credibility quite a bit, because what would the motive be for making this wild claim if not to character assassinate him? What is the motive? behind making a claim of grooming. And I think she backed off of this claim once she realized she can't substantiate it, and it makes her entire argument sound worse because it proves that she is willing to lie. Now, in addition, there's a few other things that we can look at that point to the fact that this story might not be completely bulletproof. So after this alleged assault happens, she runs around to all her friends, right? Probably gets a lot of advice and input from them. And yet she never goes to the police to file a police report or to get a rape kit done. So she never does any of that. There either is a crazy coincidence that she never thought about talking to the police, or her friends never suggested going to the police. So either she just never thought of it and all the friends that she told never thought of it, or she intentionally didn't file a police report because she is afraid of potential consequences. Now, I find it really hard to believe that the thought of filing a police report didn't cross her mind in a situation like this. That would be the first thing that anyone would do, especially because you're in like a foreign country too, right? I feel like that's not that crazy. In addition, like we said earlier, she bluffed about having evidence and then deleted it. She also used these allegations to promote a subathon. So she used this, the back of this, to promote her Twitch channel. So bring us to today, or actually a few days ago. Illumina makes another apology. Keep in mind, it's been months since he's addressed this situation at all. He hasn't been on the internet. He hasn't been making videos. He has pretty much been bullied off the internet. Everyone hates this guy. Everyone thinks he's this horrible rapist, monster, abuser. And I think that this apology from him is an effort to save his career as much as he possibly can. I truly believe that he enjoys being a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. And I think he's trying to save his career in some way. He's hoping that if he just makes the right apology, people will forgive him. So we can go over this. Right after everything first went public, someone close to me said something that really resonated with me, and that was that I should simply just do the right thing. The problem is I've been confused, stressed, distraught, overall not in a great headspace to figure out exactly what I should do. My first instinct was getting help from others on what I should do, and even though it's clear why I did that, I don't think that was the right thing to do. This will be my apology to M, and I will be using my own words, so I'm sorry if anything is worded poorly. I will also be keeping this post up as I want a response people can easily see without having to do some digging. I think the objective truth is that I hurt my closest friend, betrayed her, and everybody around me. In Vegas, I stand by that I was also inebriated and could not consent. But that doesn't make what happened right. The issue is I was irresponsible and M was taken advantage of regardless of intention or not. The other issue, of course, is how I acted afterwards. I will only give explanations on why I acted in such ways, not excuses. When I woke up after that night in Vegas, I was feeling a lot of strong emotions that I cannot truly describe. I was completely overwhelmed and confused on why she left. I didn't think for a minute that it was possibly me who could have done anything wrong. I also don't think it helped that M didn't believe I was also drunk. I unfortunately didn't take a minute to understand how M could have felt. It doesn't take a genius to realize that her leaving meant that she was uncomfortable by what happened, and therefore uncomfortable being near me. For whatever reason, I never put myself in her shoes, only selfishly thinking about how I was affected. I'm sorry for not being empathetic. My behavior afterwards only got worse, and I'm embarrassed to admit how childish I was afterwards. M knows this, and I'm really sorry for being such an insensitive dick afterwards. Vegas was supposed to be a fun vacation for the both of us, and I was actively ruining her vacation. I can't say enough how embarrassed and ashamed I still am about what happened. I am sorry. So, what this tells me here, and a lot of people are taking this sentence right here as an admission of guilt. He's saying M was taken advantage of regardless of intention or not. I think what he's talking about here, because he literally says that he disagrees with that right before. I stand by that I was also inebriated and could not consent. So that means that he doesn't believe it was rape, because that was the only thing that could possibly be pointed to. What he's doing here is he's trying to take responsibility as much as he possibly can to try to save his career, even though he knows for a fact in his head that there was no rape that took place. So he's trying to convey that there's like a misunderstanding and she feels taken advantage of, despite what he experienced. That's what he's saying. My initial public response, of course, was awful. I was putting the blame on M and ultimately just writing her off as crazy. That's not what you were doing at all. You weren't just characterizing her as crazy. She was being crazy, and you were trying to defend yourself. I felt rushed to make a response, but ultimately it was wrong and I apologize. I'm also sorry for how bad my video response was. I haven't even watched it since release, nor do I intend to, so I don't remember what exactly I said in it, but my intention was not to blame M for everything. Spoiler alert, this fucking video is perfectly fine. Not a bad response whatsoever. He goes into great detail. He explains the context of the situation, and he brings up important points that strengthen his point. So you can just tell this guy is being fucking kneeled on, and people are gaslighting him, telling him these responses are horrible, but it's just because they already have the conclusion set in their mind that he's a rapist. So therefore, nothing he can ever say, except for the words, I'm a rapist, will ever be good enough for them. They're always going to accuse him of like coping or lying. But in reality, he knows that he didn't do that shit, which is why he's so confident to say, I was also inebriated and could not consent. I've been growing emotionally over this, and never before have I been more aware of my actions. I've realized a lot about myself through this, and I want to be able to prove that I can become a better person. I'm unsure how I'm able to prove that, but hopefully with time, I'll be able to. I could also say sorry for past incidents and various things about our relationship, but I think those would be blanket apologies as I need to be able to explain why what happened was wrong first. There are discussions and conversations I'm willing to have, but the first and most important step is addressing what happened in Vegas. If M is reading this, I apologize for my inexcusable actions, and I apologize that you were taken advantage of. Regardless if my apology is accepted or not, I hope those who felt betrayed by me have taken the time to read this. I know that I had a lot more responsibility as someone who was one of the main figures of the community. If I foresaw even a fraction of the pain and hurt from what happened, I would have done many things differently. I cannot undo the damage or hurt that's been caused, but I think an apology and taking accountability is better late than never. Yeah.
That's so cucked.
Yeah, it's ultra cucked. And it's because he's being told by everyone that all of his responses are terrible, horrible dog shit. So he keeps cucking himself more and more and more in the hopes that they will finally forgive him or see him as being responsible. Now, this is as close you can get to basically saying that you are taking full responsibility for being a rapist without saying it, because he does not actually believe that he is a rapist, and he's trying to toe the line between like not admitting, not claiming that he did that, and appeasing these fans that already think he did that. He's trying to fish them up from that middle line. Does that make sense? He's like trying to like pull them over onto his side just the tiniest bit. But of course, this sort of apology, despite being as close as you can possibly get without agreeing with the accuser, was still not good enough for people. So this was the response to his apology. Rot in hell. You told us you were leaving. Go leave. Why are you back? No one wants a person like you on this platform or any social media platform. Violating someone in the most heinous way will never be absolved through an apology. Grow far away from her and her name and just be lucky your sorry ass isn't in prison. Guess what? If this really happened, she could have probably sent him to prison if she was able to prove it. And yet she avoided taking the steps to do that. You committed a crime. You should be in prison, you low-life scum of the earth. You are a poor excuse for a human being, and there's a special place in hell for people like you. You deserve to be locked up and miserable for the rest of your life. I hope you never sleep peacefully again, because how do you sleep at night knowing what you've done? Trigger warning. Guys, trigger warning. Illumina, SA. Please just go away. Stop trying to protect your image and let Stellae have peace. A vile apology. The second you came back to the internet to defend yourself publicly proves your selfish motivations. The whole doc is pathetic, and you clearly haven't realized anything. You should be thanking God every day you aren't rotting in jail for what you did to M. Pack it up, purple guy. Your career is dead. I think these people literally just want him to say, yeah, you know, guys, you know, I actually did rape her. I actually am a rapist, and I raped her intentionally multiple times over and over again. Like, what else could they possibly want from him? He's trying to express that he's being sensitive to hurting her feelings and making her emotionally spiral without full-blown admitting to a crime that he didn't feel that he committed. We got another couple nice responses here. I implore you to partake in the activity that is mentioned in the title of the third song on Playboi Carti's 2020 album, Whole Lotta Red. That's honestly a pretty creative way to tell someone to kill themselves. It's kind of funny. But the sentiment, I hate. I hate this fucking sentiment. Yourself. I also hate this fucking anime bullshit. Isn't this like basically, or no, I guess this is just chibi, but ugh, makes me fucking cringe. There was another one. Yeah, dude, these people are like try hard, like poets. They're like, they think that they're saying things so poetically and that they're like so like righteous and morally just for hating him. The thing is, these people actually don't know anything at all. This is all assumptions. At this point, Stellae's statements are just allegations, and we have no reason to believe her over him. It's literally just her word versus his at this point. So Stellae responds to Illumina posting his apology and becomes pretty unhinged. Every fucking day I regret not going to the reception of the hotel and reporting him for rape and getting a rape kit done. Every fucking day he should be blessed he's not in jail or on a predatory list. Did you not realize that was an option at the time? Same with the police. You could have gone to the police and started an investigation and made all of this much more official and much more believable, but you chose not to. Holy fuck, you're so pathetic. I had you blocked 4 months ago and was moving on with my life, having no communication. You are the one who started this with a tweet, then another, and now another. No one wants you on Twitter, you rapist, ignorant twat. Go away. I hope you can grow from this experience. Motherfucker, you raped me. The only growing I need to do is how to avoid creeps like you. Like, seriously, what do you fucking mean? Oh my god, you cannot make this shit up. Yeah, Stellae, you're literally perfect and you did nothing wrong. You can do no wrong, in fact. Why would I not respond to your posts that are fucking vile and dismissive? The last word? Are you 5? No one wants you on this app. You have no reason to say anything else at all. Let it fucking go. Here's where it gets pretty crazy. I contacted someone in Illumina's family to either get me in contact with him or ask him to remove the post, and they victim blamed me so hard I literally appalled. No wonder he thinks he's innocent. His whole family are treating him as though I am the villain. Vile. Dude, why do you think his family... Of course his family thinks that. You intentionally, maliciously fucked over his career. And then she gloats about this. This was 5 months... She gloats about her original allegations, quote tweeting herself. Dude, I have never seen someone quote tweet and retweet themselves as much as this bitch does. This was 5 months ago, and since so many more people are coming forward about their abusers, I am so fucking proud of everyone for doing seemingly the impossible, and I want to say that I'm here for anyone who needs someone to talk to who understands. We are united. Wow, that's such a strong, brave message, Stellae. You're so fucking brave. She's just the queen. She's the queen of rape allegations. She did it first, guys. Go to Stellae. If you get raped, DM Stellae and she'll help you write, your allegations. I will say that I think Stellae has done a very good job at socially engineering these little Minecraft teenagers to back up her story and make her seem right, even though they have no idea what's going on. just using the most emotionally charged language along with the assaults to make the person out to be a horrible monster and that everything you're saying is a fact. CEO of Me Too. Yeah. Yeah, literally. And not only the CEO, the female CEO. That's based. The girl boss of Me Too. So yeah, she also calls for people to unsub to fucking Illumina. And she even attempts to mass flag Illumina off of Twitter. She says this: due to Kai's resistance in deleting this post. Oh yeah, so she's going to his family members, by the way. Well, she's going to his family members and texting them relentlessly, trying to get them to tell Illumina to remove his Twitter post apologizing to her. And when that doesn't work, they tell her to fuck off. She says, due to Kai's resistance in deleting the post and the likelihood of him posting more shit about me in the future, causing a relapse, I'm asking that everyone come together and mass report his account and get it terminated. Please help me. Please help me and report his account. Thank you. Please retweet this. I want his account gone. I want him off the fucking internet. I want there to be no fucking chance of this happening again in another 4 months. I deserve fucking peace. I'm angry. I'm livid. I deserve to move on. Dude, your ego is fucking out of control. Get the fuck out of here. I want it. I want it. I want it. Give it to me. I can't stand that he's still on this website. Everyone report him. I want it now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I literally only want to know one thing. Have you had a single therapy session since our last interaction 4 months ago? Because this is not an apology. This is a vent, and not the work of someone who has spent time bettering themselves. Yeah, by my definition of bettering yourself, you would admit that you're a rapist. You would call yourself a rapist. Like, dude, he just doesn't agree. He just doesn't think that happened. And obviously, if he thought that it did, this dude is so weak-willed that he would be convinced into admitting it. He absolutely would be convinced into admitting it. If he actually thought this took place, he would not be resisting this hard on that point. He knows for a fact that he didn't do that. That's why he's doing these weird half and half responses, because he knows that he didn't do that shit. I read 2 paragraphs in, and you have already invalidated me multiple times. I don't deserve to revisit this shit. I've spent months trying to heal from this and move on, and I'm making slow as fuck progress. So how dare you bring it all back? Oh no, you're making slow progress? How dare you have replies off and DMs closed? How are you going to apologize and not even give me an option to communicate back? What sort of bullshit is that? This is a horrible attempt at replatforming yourself and nothing less. I honestly agree with that sentence. This response from him was not the move. Him trying to like almost admit that he did it, but not quite, even though he doesn't actually believe it himself, was a terrible, terrible idea. And the reason that he's doing it is because he's trying to save his career. He wants to be able to go back to being a YouTuber and streamer without having all these people in his comments 24/7 calling him a rapist. And as you can see, that audience is so rabid. Even if he came out with the perfect response that disproved all of her claims, it doesn't matter. Nobody would even like take the time to read it. There's people in the replies to his apology saying like, too long, I'm not reading all that shit, but fuck you and go to hell. It's like, you're not even looking at what he could possibly say. What if in that reply, he happened to have like the concrete evidence that disproved everything? You would just be willingly ignorant to it. It's actually fucking crazy. Oh yeah, this is a banger tweet. Anyways, here's the rape alarms I got the other day for TwitchCon EU and general safety. I recommend getting one, and for any other self-defense items legal in your country. Plus, it's pink. $2 off Shein, and they are so fucking loud, it's terrifying. I did it by accident. Try to imagine how the situation would have gone down if she had the rape alarm in her pocket. Dude, I don't even think she would press it. I don't even think she would have pressed it. I don't think that this bitch communicated with him at all. Now, Illumina posts some follow-up tweets saying, please stop contacting my friends and family about the situation. If you properly read my apology, I didn't claim I was completely innocent and took accountability. I deserve to live a normal life and not have the people close to me hate me. Deplatforming me wasn't a difficult thing to do. Near the end, my heart wasn't in it. I had gone through a lot of stress and physical problems which hindered a lot of my motivation. You knew this, Em, and my fans knew this. Genuinely, after what are you doing? I will never get into contact with you again. If you don't accept my apology, that's fine, but please don't contact my family or me, and we will part ways. I'm really not particularly interested in trying to play the game of getting the last word in. So at this point, they're tweeting back and forth, basically responding to each other and quote tweeting each other. But I don't like how we mutually agreed to have each other blocked, and then you indirectly keep posting me and expect me, or you keep indirectly posting me and expect me not to say anything. I cannot believe you post those messages talking to my family, thinking they look good for you in any way. What's worse is the people enabling this kind of behavior on this app. I've been the most genuine yet, and the stuff you are doing is straight up unhealthy. Yeah, this is completely true. 100%. I don't want to take any posts down, as I don't want to be misrepresented in what I'm taking accountability for. It's none of my business, but I don't think a therapist would be telling you staying on the internet is a good idea. Hope you can grow from this experience. Based. That is the most base thing that he said here. Now, I will say, he just shouldn't have done this from the first place. Like, he shouldn't have issued another response at all, just simply for the fact that it makes him look bad optically in every way. And it is true that he was the one who brought it back up in this case. So she does have that point on him. He was the one who brought it up. And it was an effort to try to revive his career. But that doesn't mean that everything she says is right. He's trying so hard to revive his career, and that's what this is. It's a career move. This is the tweets. This is the text that Stellae herself posted to Illumina's family. This is what she said to them. This person says, the family member says, "Sounds to me like you've made your bed and now you're lying in it. Only other thing I'll say, I can say the same thing to you. Kindly stop posting about him and do better to move on. Please do not contact anyone in our family ever again." And Stellae says, "He raped me. What do you mean I made my bed? Lol, your whole family's disgusting. Kai will never get his career back. I am suffering the consequences of his actions. I did nothing wrong. You see the mountains of support I am getting? That's because I am the victim." Hell yeah. You are the victim. Hell yeah. That is so true, queen. The fucking queen of victimhood. Kai can post and plead for months, and he will never fix his reputation. You better help him realize that, because he will never recover from raping someone. Help him get a 9-to-5 and move on like fucking everyone else. Dude. What the fuck is this? She is fucking crazy. She's gloating about how she's so happy that he's deplatformed. She's bragging about it. Yeah, I did that. I got him deplatformed, and he has to face the consequences because I'm the victim, and you're bad. You're evil. This person is fucking crazy. I hate her so much, dude. This person fucking sucks. This is actually unhinged, and Illumina's totally right. She doesn't have the self-awareness to see how bad this makes her look. It's fucking ridiculous. Here's another quote tweet from a disgruntled fan. "This dumbass can't even call what he did what it was, and then says he took accountability. Let's kill him. Let's kill him," is what they're saying. They're literally, these people are wishing death on him. Does that tell you anything about how fucking like brainwashed they are in this situation? Keep in mind, these are still just allegations. It's still he said, she said. And they're saying that he deserves death. They're saying that he deserves to be killed. That is fucking insane. These people are legitimately so brainwashed. To summarize again, Stellae never got a police report or a rape kit. She could have done both of those things. She bluffed about having evidence and then deleted it for unknown reasons. She lied about Illumina grooming his fans. And she also used her allegations to promote her subathon. So I feel like the intentions here, while we don't know 100% what happened either way, I feel like these are all red flags. And they lead me to believe that these people shouldn't just be blindly agreeing with this entire thing. And these should just be warning signs that maybe this story is not exactly as it seems through the lens of the internet. You actually have no idea what happened here. Nobody was there except for those two. So the fact that people are treating this whole story as if it's a fact are just fucking crazy. So we can look at some of her tweets. There's probably a couple that I've missed. I had to make an alt account for this. This is when it starts, okay? Yeah, I know, this bitch sucks, dude. "I have just been made aware of Illumina's post. I'm going shopping with my mum and not ruining my day." Oh, this might be the worst part of her, honestly, is that she's fucking British. I've just been made aware of Illumina's post. I'm going shopping with my mum and not ruining my day, so I will be ignoring it until I'm ready to deal with that. Good for you, queen. That's so epic. You're so brave. And this is her first response. We read this on stream. As I have to explain myself for everything. The message I tried to DM him was, have you had any therapy? If the answer is no, bro can go to hell. Wow. Like, how are you going to apologize for assaulting me? Then in the same message say you didn't assault me and you were drunk. Like, which is it? Yeah, I actually agree with you here, Stellae. He honestly should have just made a statement saying like all of this shit is lies, and you'll be hearing from my lawyer. She got another person pulled from HBG Greninja off of a similar story. She put forward a bunch of allegations. These people didn't give him a chance to respond. They took her allegations at face value and made assumptions based off of that and kicked him out. So yeah, I think he actually could prove defamation, and I hope to God that he does that. I'm sure all of his family is urging him to do this too, because I'm sure that they know the ins and outs of this situation pretty well. And I think that Stellae absolutely knows that she's being dishonest in this. I think that she intentionally has been misleading people and dramatizing everything and making it the most severe version of reality in order to paint him in a horrible light. And that's why you see everyone being so vicious against him. I'll have what Stellae was having. Dude, I don't think you want that. I don't know what is wrong with her. Another thing is that the BPD is also never taken into account. People just sort of brush off the fact that she has a seemingly pretty intense case of BPD to the point where, you know, she was willing to lie about him grooming his fans, to the point where she has these unhinged meltdowns every time she is in a social situation with these internet people and it doesn't go exactly her way. Like we saw this with Greninja. She became obsessed with him. They were barely friends. They were like acquaintances that were trying to hook up, and it didn't work out. And she became obsessed with him and laser focused on him, stalking him around TwitchCon, texting him relentlessly. And then when he blocked her, she started making alt accounts and using other people's phones to try to get in touch with him. Like, she couldn't accept the fact that he was like pushing her away. He didn't want anything to do with her. Also, M was taken advantage of. You mean you took advantage of me, not some fucking imaginary ghost. No, what he means is that you feel taken advantage of, but he disagrees because he's trying to cuck out as hard as possible to try to get his career back. But the only move that he can make at this point is to go full on Giga Chad and not give a fuck what the MCSR people think and just say, this bitch is fucking lying. And I know that she's lying, and I will be taking her to court. That's what he needs to say. He needs to come out and say that. That would make him look infinitely better. Yeah, the people in MCSR would still hate him, but they hate him anyways. It would be awesome to see that shit go through and to see him win the court case and get vindicated. That would just be fucking incredible. I just want to say, I don't condone people sending death threats or suicide mention messages to Illumina. I respect where you're coming from, but I don't stand for that shit. I respect where you're coming from with death threats. I kind of see where you're coming from with that. I understand why you want to kill him and why you're threatening to kill him. But I just don't condone that, okay? I secretly agree with you, but she loves Hello Kitty too. Guys, never trust a girl who likes Hello Kitty. This is her talking about another rape from a long time before, I guess. Make it make sense, please. This happened before and you did not get bothered. The rape doesn't bother me much since I don't remember it. What the fuck? The rape doesn't bother me much since I don't remember it. Relationships are hard for me, but only because of my last one, not because of the rape. What the fuck? Yeah, it was like a week after we broke up. I used to live with him, so I was really close friends with his roommates. When we broke up, I went over to drink with the roommates, but I got really drunk, blackout. I don't remember the rape, but he raped me anally. My first time doing anal too, may I add. I was raped by my ex-boyfriend and stuff like that. Dude, I think this was what I was thinking of, like speaking about it so casually like this, like, oh yeah, I was raped a few times. Yeah, I got raped this time and then I got raped another time. Yeah, I just get raped like all the time. Obviously, we don't know these situations, of course, but like, I don't know. Speaking about it like that is crazy. So here's her response to that. This screenshot is me talking about a rape 5 years after it happened, after I repressed it for years. So yeah, I'm a lot more chill about it. I was also practically unconscious for this rape, and I... Wait, isn't that what you're claiming with Illumina? I was practically unconscious, and that's why I literally have 2% of the memory. So you weren't as drunk for this rape. So wouldn't that make it less of a rape?
Yeah, what?
By her standards? What percent rape? What percent rape was it? Guys, this is another important point, is that she never once points to any part of this sexual encounter that made it rape. It was just the fact that she perceived herself to be more drunk than him, and therefore the entire sexual encounter was rape. She wouldn't have consented to it otherwise if she wasn't as drunk as she was.
Well, also,
that's her claim.
Also, she's talked about being like an actual alcoholic, right?
She has, yeah.
She's an alcoholic.
She talks about how this sent her down a spiral of drinking after she got raped, but she was already drinking uncontrollably before this. I don't know. I mean, I'm just speculating. I don't know if she's like a traditional alcoholic. I think she's like the type of person who drinks a lot at social events. She just goes way too crazy at social events. But I don't know.
This whole trip was a social event.
Multiple people attested to how unhinged and insane she was when she was drunk. She was literally like screaming shit in the Airbnb, leaking like personal details between her and someone else that she was hooking up with. I think it was Molly G. Molly G had all these texts with Greninja that were talking about, holy shit, dude, I can't control her. She's literally out of control, screaming. So she has a problem for sure. It builds up and builds up and builds up and then explodes, and that causes her to have a whole like manic breakdown. And in fact, people with BPD are very likely to engage in character assassination. We talked about this in my video a little bit, but these BPD people are known to make up lies and exaggerate stories to the point where a lot of websites will recommend you always have security cameras or have other people around you when you're hanging out with a BPD person, because they're notorious for making false allegations. You guys know Summer from Fish Tank? She was a BPD girl as well, and she made rape allegations against Sam Hyde that were completely delusional, yeah. And she posted them on social media. And like her story didn't even make sense. It didn't even make sense. They basically, after she left the tank, they got her a hotel and sent her there. And she said that Sam raped her in the basement of the fish tank house where all the fucking camera people and workers are all the time. And then she also claimed that she went to the mental hospital and Sam Hyde was actually in charge of the mental hospital and he was telling the doctors and nurses what to do. And they were like fucking with her or something. It was like a complete delusion. That's not uncommon with BPD people. So that should definitely be taken into account when it comes to people like this, or situations like this, rather. You can't keep getting away with it. So true. I gotta say, it's nice having people call me by my actual name and not Stella. It's Stellae. I should have just called her Stella the whole time now. Yeah. So this is all March 10th, by the way. This was March 9th. Those were all just one day. This is another day. MC YouTube. Minecraft YouTube men be normal challenge? Not possible, honestly. Minecraft men and refusing to take responsibility for their actions? Shocking. That's pretty ironic that you talk about people not being able to take responsibility for their fucking actions. Pretty crazy. Yeah, she also replies to this cancellation thing. Please retweet. I want his account gone. I want him off the fucking internet. I think we read that already. I reported this because this is literally like mass flagging. I hate mass flagging so much. Calling for a bunch of people to go report something. So gay. Just to get like some outcome that you want. It's like sometimes you can kind of like not justify it, because I hate it no matter what. Like even if the person is actually breaking a rule, I hate the idea of mass flagging. But especially when it comes to like trying to stretch the definitions of rules, like she's saying that him making an apology is harassing her. That has nothing to do. He's not harassing you at all. And she's trying to get people to mass report it so that Twitter takes it down and takes action. How are you going to post an apology and not even let me talk to you? What sort of performative bullshit is that? Oh my God, grow a pair. This is her saying that she contacted his family. There's even a couple people in here that were like, what the fuck? Dude, look at these people. What is wrong with them? I'm not surprised, but I hope you know that there are people who support you. We are here for you. That's actually horrific. I'm so sorry. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with this world? It used to be such a good Minecraft community, and now the whole world is falling apart. It's because you guys are encouraging this behavior. Because you guys are giving this traction without scrutinizing her claims at all. So everyone keeps getting accused and instantly demonized and instantly kicked out of the community. I am so sorry. Honestly, hearing that pisses me off, considering his actions led to everyone he was friends with abandoning him. I get why a family would want to help him, but making excuses for him is cowardly and disgusting. He's never going to change. Dude, his family probably doesn't think that he raped you either. And that's probably why they hate you. If he doesn't think it, his family definitely doesn't think it. I feel like this will escalate more and more against other people like a tsunami. Speculation, but I feel like she'll keep looking for situations like this IRL. Yeah, totally. We saw it already. We saw it with the Greninja stuff. She immediately, after the Illumina stuff died down, she found another person to make allegations against. And they weren't rape allegations, but they were, this guy's a horrible, bad person and he's dangerous allegations that were completely unfounded. And even in her own allegations, she makes herself out to be a fucking insane person. I'm concerned that this situation will be like a cow to milk and she'll keep throwing shit at Illumina forever and ever to get more attention. Yeah. I think the best move for Illumina, the best thing that he could possibly do would be to sue the shit out of her. Get her to like owe him like millions of dollars of damages because she's poor and she is a loser who doesn't work and she could pretty much never pay that back and it would be really funny for her to be enslaved to that. But the second best thing he could do would just be to move on and just keep making videos and just let the fucking shit run off your back. You know what I mean? Just keep making videos that you enjoy making. People will still watch anyways. Like, yeah, you'll get some hate comments, but like, just keep doing it. You'll still get viewers and stuff. Yeah, so she's going around texting his family members to try to get him to pull these tweets, these apologies, these posts regarding the situation. This shit is just a fucking power move. Like, she just wants people to do what she asks, and she will say anything and do anything to justify that taking place. Which is why she starts breaking down and becoming unhinged when they say, no, I don't want to call you. Nope, sorry. Hello, can I help you? Can you call for a few minutes? No. Okay, I don't know if you know, but Kai posted a post on Twitter yesterday. This is the fourth time he's made a post about me, and I need him to stop. I tried to kill myself 3 times. No, that's horrible. No, that's horrible. But you could believe Kai all you want, but the fact is, this is incredibly unsafe for me. And I want to move on and live my life, and Kai cannot keep randomly resurfacing this shit. It's so unfair and incredibly dangerous and harmful for me. Can you get him to stop, please? Can you just do what I want? Can you just force him to do what I want him to do, please? Otherwise, I'll mass report his account, and I can't handle it, and I'll kill myself, and bad things will happen to you, and bad things will happen to your family. Like, what the fuck? He will never get his reputation back. So can you please just make him stop? I can't handle this shit. I'll speak to him myself if he will unblock me. But he's a coward. Why are you sending his family this? What the fuck is your problem? You're fucking crazy. You are an insane person. You're a fucking schizo. This is not fucking normal. He's 100% right. You need to delete. You need to fucking stop paying for internet. Let it disconnect. Never go on the fucking internet ever again. This shit is not helping you. This is making you a worse person. Imagine thinking that this is normal and thinking that this makes you look good at all. What the fuck, dude? And everyone is just encouraging her, sucking her off in the comments. I'm so sorry. That's so disgusting. This is why she has this mental illness to this severity. This is why she thinks everything she does is right. Because you have all these fucking retards telling her, encouraging her, telling her that this is good. And she's actually super righteous to do this when they have no reason to believe her and no evidence. It's so vile. Being evil must run in their gene pool. Yeah, they're so evil for protecting their fucking son. So evil for... Dude, could you imagine if someone tried to ruin your child's career and succeeded in ruining your child's career, and like the claims had no evidence in reality and how everyone just believed them? Can you imagine how frustrating that would be and how sorry you would feel for your son that his fucking great internet career got ruined by some random person who has nothing to show for it, has no fucking proof of anything? This person is so destructive. She's just completely destructive. She likes destroying shit. Oh shit. Did we lose our place? Okay, no, we didn't. Oh yeah, guys, I had to install Chrome because Firefox was bugging on stream. It was like YouTube videos were really lagging. So I installed Chrome, unfortunately. I hate Chrome. Oh my god. So George Not Found. This is another thing that we can go over. The stream, we can watch his response. I already watched it. I could pretty much tell you guys what's going on with it. But basically, a whole bunch of Minecraft YouTubers were accused of sexual assault. Like in the last week, 5 different Minecraft YouTubers have been accused. And George Not Found was one of them. And again, the pattern is people see these allegations and they immediately support the victim and denounce the content creator without questioning the allegations whatsoever. George Not Found did a stream where he disproved everything, or at least gave his side of the story, and it seemed to add up. He had evidence to back it up too. So let's see what she says. Katie is the victim. When he inevitably comes out with some bullshit, please do nothing but support Katie. I cannot express how much the public love helped and helps me get through my abuser's responses. So please send her so much fucking love and ignore this fucker. Dude. You don't know. At this point, he hadn't made his fucking response yet. So you're just doing the same thing that people did to you. This is just more evidence to me that or more red flags that show that she engages in behaviors that are completely they're not justified. This isn't a justified reason to shit on him. You don't know anything, and you want people to do this for you too. You want people to go, please support Stellae. I know we don't have the evidence yet, but she needs all the support she can get right now. She went through something very traumatic. You're asking people to disregard the idea of evidence. Oh, here's another one. Let's see. Another fucking allegation. I met a male content creator by the name of Draggy who was very creepy towards me and other women. He acted very possessive over me and made some weird and sexual comments toward me, despite us really only knowing each other for a week. I noticed quickly that his behavior had grooming tendencies and raised the concern and confidence to some other CCs. I was 18 at the time. What do you mean he groomed? Are you saying he groomed you when you were 18? Do you know what grooming means? What the fuck? He groomed me. He had grooming behaviors towards me, but I was 18. What the fuck is wrong with these people, dude? My uncomfortable experiences quickly spread like gossip by people I thought I could trust, and I was pulled into VCs to share so they could hear it. I was told I was being dramatic and blowing it out of proportion. Later that week, a girl anonymously came forward speaking against him, and a lot of them thought it was me. I was quickly hounded by other CCs, my own peers. What's the allegation? The allegation's that he made sexual comments towards you? This is all just yapping. You're not saying anything. Dude, this is retarded. This is the shit that she's signal boosting? Dude, what is this? This is the shit that Stellae endorses. This has the Stellae stamp of approval on it. The Rape Queen's approval. Look how much she posts, dude. This is still March 10th. Being a victim of anything like SA, DV, grooming, etc. stays with you like always. It sits in the back of your mind, and sometimes it is so quiet, and others it's deafeningly loud. It tells you that it's your fault. It tells you that you were stupid or naive. Victims are never at fault. She loves being a fucking victim, dude. Her entire personality is centered around being a victim in various ways. She's just so helplessly riddled with BPD. She's just, oh, I'm just so diseased, but I fight strong every day, and I'm so brave. Oh, I'm a victim, but I stand for other victims, and I'm just so proud of myself being able to handle it. Like, you love being a victim, and you love to make yourself out to be a victim. What is this, dude? Look at all this yapping. Jesus Christ. Yap, yap, yap. Imagine posting this much. Something is wrong with her. I wanted to make a quick post about Greninja and Illumina, as both are being mentioned a lot to me. And after 48 hours of staying strong, I have had a breakdown. I can no longer handle this. I will be doing my best not to comment further and go back to my normal life. Thanks. Yeah, spoiler alert. She doesn't go back to not commenting at all. In fact, she proceeds to comment relentlessly about the situation. He tweeted about it yesterday with a false apology for a desperate grasp of attention and replatforming himself after not having any contact with me over 4 months. Dude, you're fucking ecstatic that he brought you up again because it gives you an excuse to talk about him and being a fucking rape victim incessantly again. You are overjoyed, be honest. I have already acknowledged and apologized multiple times for everything bad I did to Greninja, and that I actually have been in therapy and been working through this part of myself and BPD, so I can ensure I don't do something like that again. I am referencing the fact that I created accounts to reach out to him and apologize countless times against his wishes and breaking those boundaries. I stand by that I am still his victim, and his damage and what he did to me is infinitely worse than what I did to him, which happened as a result of him fucking with my emotions for a long time. I am a girl with mental illnesses, and it doesn't justify my behavior, but it makes me vulnerable to malicious, dangerous people like him and Illumina who wish to cause harm. Dude, you're alleging that Illumina fucking raped you, and you're saying that this guy being mean to you is just as bad. I stand by everything I've said about both Illumina and Greninja, and implore everyone to stay clear of both. How is this not the most clear-cut example of delusion and mental illness that you've ever seen? This is just blatantly so obvious. I have a 2-hour-long YouTube video about Greninja made, explaining my truth and calling out the lies from his document, but I'm not emotionally ready to post it. Dude, I hope to God she posts it. I can't wait for her to post that. It will be fucking hilarious. By the way, the leave me the fuck alone part is to people being negative towards me, not those sharing love. Yeah, guys, only give me words of affirmation and tell me that I'm doing everything right. I can't take any criticism. I can't ever do anything wrong, possibly. It's not a possibility. I'm just an innocent, harmless victim in all of this. In every situation ever. I've never done anything wrong. Also, this isn't everything bad you did to Greninja. It's not just the fact that you made accounts. It's all the obsessive behavior. It's everything, dude.
She's sorry for it, but it's also a lie, and she made a 2-hour video debunking all the lies.
Yeah, dude, I really hope she fucking
watches.
She releases that video. It would be so funny. Okay, so this is her responding to Greninja, who went private. I retweet it because I was getting tweets about you, defending you due to the traction to my account and wanted it there. And frankly, I can continue to speak up about my story and what you did to me as much as I want. He didn't do anything to you. What are you talking about? He didn't do shit, dude. You guys both had the exact same story, but you added all this fluff and bullshit and things that didn't happen, that only happened in your head to it. That's all. That's the difference. That's how you know that this shit it's true. Like she like injected her delusions into the story, and they both describe like pretty much the same events, but Greninja's is just like more objective, and hers is like talking about how she feels and how she's super upset and offended at every small thing that happens. Trying to silence me when I'm talking about my experience as a victim is vile. I don't care if it's been 5 months or 5 years. What you did to me was fucking disgusting. Talking to Greninja? Dude. Again. He didn't do anything to you. Imagine standing on someone's doorstep saying, I was raped, and they proceed to berate you and yell at you. That wasn't in your original statement. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, you knocked on his door endlessly at 5 in the morning in the fucking parking lot of a hotel. And you woke a bunch of people up and they were like, what the fuck is happening with this bitch? Pounding on his door relentlessly until he answered. Oh, just because someone shows up at your door and starts knocking and says, I was raped, you have to let them in and help them and be like super, which by the way, he does do. He does actually let her stay there and everything and tries to talk her down and calm her down. But she's still acting like she was a victim in this situation. He literally let you stay there. He let you stay there for another few days, even after you violated his boundaries like multiple times. I know I fucked up and broke some boundaries, but I've acknowledged each and every one of my mistakes. No, you haven't. And causes of harm and apologized. I work to get better. She literally thinks of herself as so perfect and everyone else is out to get her. BBD women. And this is her repost. You notice how we've come across this? You reported this post like 5 times now. It's because she keeps retweeting her own tweet calling to mass report this guy. Fire, suicidal thoughts, fire. Oh, you're so fucking quirky. You're so funny. Guys, I'm still a victim. I have suicidal thoughts, guys. But I'm so quirky. I'm so quirky. Just so you guys know, I have suicidal thoughts, guys. Just so you guys know. I'm just like a little bit of a victim right now. Having fever and heart palpitations and a headache and shaking from stress and anxiety. Good. I have so much adrenaline and anger. I cannot sleep. I'm just angry. You're fucking manic, dude. You're crazy. My PTSD is so bad. I have to take blood thinners to help with attention headaches. Do you guys realize how insufferable this person would be in real life? If you had a roommate that talked like this online, do you know how like annoying and how horrible of a person they would be to be around? Like 4 days ago, I was stressing about getting into uni. Can I go back to that, please? And not whatever the fuck this is. Every tweet is just, feel bad for me. I'm a victim. Feel bad for me. I'm struggling. I'm suffering. Everyone else is bad and I'm good and I'm just struggling. This is another yap, dude. Another whole fucking, what the hell? Wait, did I get blocked live? Dude, we're still on her page. We're still on her page.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did. Look, she went private.
Oh.
I'm still on your fucking page.
Dude, she's watching. Hi, Stellae. Hi, Stellae.
Stella. Don't worry, Stellae. I already archived all these tweets anyways. I got a whole folder of screenshots to archive all this shit, just in case she went private. Is this another yap? What the fuck? This all seems very personal and weird to describe online. I think it'd be best for both of you to keep things privately or between authorities at this point. Dude, yeah. Go to the fucking authorities. File your police report. Can't you still file a police report even if it's been like a long time?
Yes.
You can still have an investigation done, right? So why don't you do that? Then I would be a lot more likely to consider your story here. I am so fucking unwell from stress and anxiety. I had a nightmare and woke up distressed and sweating. I've clearly taken responsibility for so many of my downfalls and bad actions where applicable, but accusing me of being a villain when he raped me is crazy.
I love how she just keeps saying over and over, like, I already apologized for all that stuff, and then she never does.
Yeah. I haven't ate food in over a day. I am so fucking proud of how many more people are coming forward. I stand with you all. She's also signal boosting all the anti-George not found shit. So basically, all George said is, I didn't know her age. She didn't look uncomfortable. Her friend group hates my friends. Go to hell, George. Dude, at this point, you have to agree with the same sort of like accusations are evidence thing because you've made your whole fucking allegations based off of that principle. So now, at this point, even if someone proves themselves wrong, you still have to frame the accuser as a victim. All right, we're almost at the end here. Another disgusting message from you, acting as though I have done wrong by attempting to protect myself and calling you out on your bullshit. I am pleading to you, as the person you are supposedly apologizing to delete the post and never bring this up again. That's all I ask. Just do what I say. Just do what I'm asking. I can't believe she went private during this stream, dude. That's hilarious. 135 days sober. That's good. Don't ever fucking drink again. Oh, here we go. I've been unmedicated for 2 days as I've ran out of meds and don't get new ones till tomorrow. So I'm definitely slightly more unhinged than usual. That's pretty funny. Feeling suicidal and on the verge of losing my shit heavily. Now I'm supposed to live like this. I was fucking raped. Please stop calling me an abuser or rapist. It's fucking horrific. I can't cope. It's just not fucking true. I would never hurt someone like this. Guys, when you call me a rapist with no evidence, it's bad. But when I do it to other people, I'm right and it's good. Someone actually brought this up in my Discord. Let's see. I think this has like no evidence either. She's been accused of rape herself. Yeah. Yeah, I guess people are accusing her of sexually assaulting Greninja because of the situation that she's described.
Well, she did antagonize him for sure. And I wouldn't call him a victim, but she did like stalk him kind of.
Yeah, no, she definitely stalked him. She was completely obsessed. Oh, we're getting to the point where these things aren't loading. Let's see.
But I'm not.
Oh.
I would never hurt someone like that or take something from somebody that they can't get back. I have been assaulted twice and raped twice, and I have been dealing with this shit since I was a teenager. And I know I have made mistakes and I have hurt Greninja and other people I love and care about.
But you're still calling him a horrible person and on the same level as Illumina. When you allege that Illumina's a literal rapist, you're basically saying that Greninja should be canceled because he's a bad guy, and that's just as bad as Illumina being a rapist.
But I would never, ever make someone do something that they didn't want to do. And I don't know how many times I can say it. Because I didn't assault him, I didn't do anything like that. It was also...
It's a Windows Shift S. Why would you ever post this, by the way?
It was extremely consensual, and we both clearly just had some misunderstandings about each other's comfort levels.
Print screen and then paste.
And it's as simple as
Paste
that.
into a doc.
And with some communication between us.
Yeah, print screen, and now it's copied, and then now you have to paste it.
And I am not gonna, say about any of the other claims that I have made against him because I stand by all of them, and I'm telling my truth as much as I can.
Or like a paint document.
And I really, really want this to stop.
So she's doing this thing where she just wants people to like feel bad for her because she posts herself crying. Again, it's just more of the victim shit. Like, I'm a victim. Feel bad for me. I'm a victim. I'm crying. Therefore, everything that I say is valid. What? Doesn't work?
Well, never mind. It's fine. I wanted to...
Oh, well, yeah, you should have printed it.
I couldn't print it. The print button didn't fucking work.
No, that's not. I was telling you the screenshot button. The print is Control P.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking.
Oh.
I was like, how do I print it? But it's okay.
Like, calling this guy pathetic and like, no one wants you on Twitter, you rapist, ignorant twat. Not my rapist giving me advice about my therapist. Holy shit, you cannot make this up. She is so smug, dude. She's so smug and she's so sure that she's right and that nobody will ever call her out on this bullshit. Because she just gets encouraged by these fucking Minecraft people all the time. I've been the most genuine yet. You offered me a public apology as your victim and then refused to acknowledge the pain that resurfacing this publicly has caused me. Refuse to delete the post, and you are making even more posts, causing immense harm to me. What harm does this cause to you? What the fuck are you talking about? Still playing victim, dude. These posts victimize me more. Why would I respond to your posts that are fucking vile and dismissive? The last word, are you 5? No one wants you on this app. You have no reason to say anything else at all. Let it fucking go. Your entire family thinks you didn't rape me, and I'm lying, yet you make a fake apology to me, then expect me to shut up. OMG, it's insane. Get off Twitter and get a job at KFC. Dude, knowing these people, they would probably find out that he works at KFC and go harass his employer, too. That's always how this stuff works. People always cancel someone, and they'll chase you, they'll dox you, and they'll chase you to your, like, fucking job. They'll never let you have a moment of peace for the rest of your fucking life. Because in their minds, everything is justified because that person is the worst type of person possible. Yeah, and yeah, you definitely should have reported this. You still can report this to the police. Why don't you just do that? What's stopping you from doing that? What kept you from doing that initially? Because that would have substantiated your claims. The only growing I need to do is how to avoid creeps like you. Yeah, you're just perfect, dude. Like, dude, do you guys see how much fucking shit she's posting? 2 hours ago. Okay, so we finally just got to the end of her posts. So him making like 2 posts about her, trying to do this like shitty apology to try to save face or whatever, caused her to have an entire mental breakdown that lasted like 3 days, where she just posts incessantly. All right, watch this, Stellae. Are you watching? I'm screenshotting this shit. I can have this nice screenshot of your Twitter forever now. I can have this whole page anytime I want. Welcome to the fucking internet. Holy shit, this is a big screenshot, dude. This is gonna take... It's gonna be split into 3 images. Dude, look at this. That's crazy. We went through all of these? Holy shit. Dude, look at those images. Oh my god. All right, guys. Let's see. What do we have for the rest of the day? That was the Stellae stuff. Dude, my voice is already getting worn out. Say goodbye to Stellae's Twitter. It's private now. Be sure to sub to my channel, Jar Juice, if you want to watch more videos like this in the future, or if you want to catch one of these streams live. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.